So first thing we're going to go through is just pretty much the use of all the different keys, what they do. The first key is going to be, get back on my independence, so we're not all stuck in the box. It's 203.
Yep.
So L203 opens your panel. Does your independent mode. Also controls your lights and fan. Independent service is also 203. So that's what you're going to use to get, if you put it up on it. It's confusing, it says independent on, but on is actually over here. So that's when you're on independent.
So it's on independent now.
Yes.
Which is where this kind of helps you, Tim. My understanding, what Forrest was telling me, is that if you're doing a lot of moving in, right?
Yep.
That
So
way
the,
you don't have the doors
yep.
keep trying to close them.
So people can't call it from outside to another floor. The doors won't try and close, so that you can move in what you need to move in, and then to go where you want to go, you just push the floor, push and hold closed door. You let off, reopens. So if someone says, "Hey, wait, I'm coming," you hold it, and you wait for it to close and take off, and then you can let go.
It's a great feature. I'm just afraid that even for move-in, that might be problematic for
No,
parents and all that.
I
But
would-
during any of our own, I'm
Unless
sure.
you had somebody stand here the whole time.
Exactly.
A good idea would be to
Yeah.
have someone here that just does it for
I
them.
know, yep.
So they don't get themselves in a situation where.
But the way they come in and out anyways during move-in, the door never has an opportunity to, the
Yeah,
eye,
exactly.
the eye doesn't have an opportunity to really
Okay.
say no one in that space. Do you want me? Sure.
So that's your 203 key. The next one would be 204, which I don't think you guys have one of these on here, so it might be a little different. So that's essentially, so it's this key, it's actually a barrel key. Sometimes it's a 204 key. The barrel key opens here. This is what the firefighters, this is firefighter use only, but this key, barrel key, would need to be in your lockbox, or the Knox box for the firefighter to get to. 205 is hoistway access, which is here, which is you never touch. This is for the elevator personnel servicing the elevator to make you go up and down from outside the elevator so they can get into work or get on top to work. So you won't have that key. 206 is typically some kind of lockout function for. Yeah, so you can have your lockout, so I'd have to put it on automatically. You essentially lock it out so no one can call the elevator, and then put it on, and then that way you can call it. So you can essentially make it so that no one can call the elevator. It's pretty much locked down unless they have a key. That's 206, and that's the only function of 206. 208 is very basic. It's your run stop. So obviously you're on stop, elevator won't do anything, just sits here. You can hit buttons all day, and it just lights up and it just sits here, doesn't do anything. And I'll do this, so let's start sending this off for us.
Reset it real quick.
Okay. Well, I'd have to key it on. Do that. So that's the keys. Any questions on any of those?
You had mentioned at the beginning it was L206, L205.
So L203
Is that tied to the actual elevator? No,
No,
so it's
no.
just an L key. Got
Yeah,
it. Okay.
that key does the same function for all the
Everywhere.
elevators.
Got it. Okay. Ken thought so, but it was just ironic. We're in Laurel.
It was just
and
Laurel.
L and
Yeah.
L, right? So,
I did the same thing.
Where's the R key?
yeah, exactly.
Like, no, you got the wrong
I
one.
find that kind of odd, but
Yeah.
I thought I'd ask.
So,
Because it already looks like it's too many keys for the elevator.
and it has emergency test lights, so to
Right.
turn the lights off, you can hit it, just make sure they work. So. This is, so you have, this, so you know what these are, this is your seismic. So So what it has is a seismic detector. So if it senses an earthquake or anything that shakes so much, it pretty much puts the elevator where it won't run. Seismic comes on, and it's that way. It says, "Hey, something shook," you know. That
Does it stop where it's at, or does it recall to the first
so
floor?
it's actually gonna go to the opposite direction of where, because it's based off where the counterweight is.
Got it.
So what they're avoiding is, and it's why it's a thing in California, if there's a huge ginormous earthquake, the counterweight doesn't come out of the rails, and you have a situation where the elevator runs up and the counterweights come through the cap. Because I guess it's something that happened way back in the day. So now what it does, it goes, counterweight's above me, I'm gonna go down this way and let people out, or counterweight's below me, let people out. Most of the time that happens, I don't think I've had too much experience where there's been an actual earthquake where it happens, because it has to shake pretty good. Usually it's someone is in the machine room doing something, and there's a box in there, and they kick it, or they hit it, or
Got it.
that's...
Yeah, luckily these are machine room lists, so they shouldn't be on. Well, I guess they're on top of the.
Well, so the seismic box is actually in the machine room.
Oh, is it
Yeah, so they usually want a good solid ground so it doesn't trigger if, like, we've had them in parking structures where they put them in a spot where the building shakes from a car driving,
Oh, okay.
and it triggers it.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, if you see this on, that's what it is. Essentially, just needs the service guy needs to come and just reset it in the machine room. It's literally a box with batteries in it for backup.
I know it now.
And they go bink, and they hit the button to reset it.
It's on the floor.
Yep.
Has it been your experience where in an environment like this where you have students who might be jumping up and down? I mean, they may not know that that's what this function is, but
Yeah, no, that's why it's usually we try and mount it on solid concrete floor, so that kind of stupid stuff
doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it's not. I can show you it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
The bigger problems you have it is like the wood buildings, like where they'll do like the machine room on the roof, and then it's like we had one. There was a gym, so machine room was here, gym was over here, and it kept triggering because people just kept, maybe lift the weight and slam it down on the floor, and then it would trigger the seismic. So. And then this is fire hat. So when you go recall and all that stuff, this lights up. So I don't know what that is.
Okay.
That's it on that.
Were we going to get any demonstration of the whole camera?
Oh, for the mosaic for this camera?
Well, is that the? No, that's our camera, right?
No.
No,
This is the
part of-
88 camera.
Oh, it is.
TKE put this one in.
Okay.
So that's a whole separate kind of topic, I guess.
Okay.
But that's the Mosaic 1 training that you're talking about, which,
And where is our camera? Is it installed yet then? For the elevators?
no,
Okay. Something.
not installed.
Because there should be a camera for PD one time. That was one of the within.
Yes, there should be.
Yep. Okay. That's the way I mount that. Okay.
And then just general. Try and keep door tracks clear.
Yep.
Debris, make sure you vacuum them out. That binds up the doors.
Yep.
And then the photo eye, you don't need any cleaner or anything special on it. You just wipe it down with like a rag, dry rag. Just wipe it to keep the dust off.
Would you say that's the most common issue?
It's
Like when
door
it gets
issues. It's
dusty?
usually stuff on the track.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some gets dropped in there and it gets wedged back behind the door and you can't see it. It's like, the doors won't close, and there's like a screw or something, like the weirdest things get stuck in the tracks.
Got it.
And the eye is the full length, right?
Yeah, it's all the way down.
Yep.
So, but yeah, and then you'll get that too where it just gets a little dust buildup or it gets something sticky on it, and then all of a sudden it's like it won't close. But you usually know because this will go into nudging. Nudging's where it just goes, and that's the get out of the way of the door. The elevator needs to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually a big sign of it is the photo eye problem.
Okay. We have that currently, so. Okay. I don't think I have any other questions at this point. So that's it. Are we out of we're out of a light up there, probably. Okay, sounds great. So all those keys.